It's November 5th. It's around 4:30 in the afternoon. A couple of weeks ago, I received a text notice from DFA, Department of Foreign Affairs. I applied for Philippines reacquisition of Philippine citizenship around April, May. The reason why I did it late, I mean, this is 2022, and I left for the Philippines October 2018. Um, I couldn't do it then because I was fulfilling my employment. I had lots of obligation that I had to complete. I couldn't put the time to go and visit the the Philippine consulate in Toronto. And then I went back in 2019. I had to do certain things then, and wanted to also uh, acquire my Philippine citizenship then. Fortunately, I couldn't find my Canadian cert when we moved from Toronto to the Philippines. That document was lost. I don't know how it was lost, but it was lost. I had the card. However, on the card, the date was when the card was issued, not when the date when I acquired my Canadian citizenship. So I can't use that. They'll reject your form if that's what you filled in. So I had to ask the government to send me a new cert, and that took about a year. When I look at the message, and rightly so, it was a year. I had my sister mail the cert to me. Between then, 2018 and Q1 of 2022, I have been renewing my visa, and it costs a lot of money. I had to do it twice, and it's even worse when I renew my visa, I was late. So first time, um, it was around 15,000. They give you a card, and then the second time, because of the COVID, I delayed going to DFA by about several months, and it's my fault. So I paid the penalty. That's even worse. So now, and if you if you apply for a third visa, that's it. You had once that expired, you have to leave the Philippines and come back in again, start all over again. And I couldn't want to do that. So I I petitioned or required a needed to fill the form. So you need to have this form. It has things you need. Really important that you have these. Okay. So if you go to DFA Kawayan, get one of these, and then go through the document. Okay, they'll go through the document with you to help you if you're having a challenge, understanding what you need to do. And then while you're at it, so I got this document, went through the list, make sure that when I do return, I have everything I needed. and they'll check that you have everything. So you need your birth certificate, your passport, current passport, for example, my Canadian passport, your certification of citizenship, marriage certificate. It's really important that you have those. If you're for example you're married in Canada, you have to make sure that marriage is sent to you have to go to the consulate, and they have to uh, enter that into the National Statistic Office, so that when you have that, you can actually ask for a copy using the internet. So, and if you have kids, make sure that they are also entered into the National Statistic Office. So I did that with Paul and Alisa. Uh, for Paul, he was 6 months when I had him become Philippine citizenship. So it was a late record. It's okay. And then for Alisa, it was a year or 3 years later. Um, so even though they are late uh, entered into the statistic, you can still do it. Uh, Now for Alisa, because my Nelia was still a Filipino citizen, that was easy. I think it's a little bit more challenging if your wife is a Canadian citizen, uh, or both of you are Canadian citizen and none of you is no longer a Filipino citizen. So it's a little bit more challenging. One of you has to acquire your Philippine citizenship. So go through the checklist, uh, and the people at DFA Kawan, they're really helpful. Uh, I Sir Howard at DFA really helped me a lot, so appreciate what he did. So once you have that, then they DFA will give you this form to fill, and in front of DFA Kawayan, there's several law firm, and you go back and forth. You fill this form, come back to the DFA office, and then chat some more, and then they'll ask you to do this and that. Make sure you have around 40,000 peso with you, because it'll cost you. So that's about $1,000. Uh, so you fill this up, and then you have to have affidavit. And don't forget your pictures. So do your pictures. Get a lot of pictures. So make sure that they are according to the requirement, 2 by 2. So around DFA, there's a shop that will take your picture. So this took this whole process of uh, this whole process took about 2-3 hours for me, because when you're new at this, you have to go do this, do that, and if you're not ready, well, might be even longer. So the DFA said that it will take 3 to 6 months to process the petition, and which let's see, April to November. Actually, last week October that I got the yeah, last week October that I got the text telling me that I was approved. The to to pick up your cert, you have to go to Manila. So um, I at the moment I am unable to allocate time to go to Manila, The important thing though, and I asked Sir Howard at DFA, uh, so once you become a Philippine citizenship, you don't have to renew your visa. So I just want to say that, so there's no question mark about that. Yes, uh, DFA said you don't need to renew your visa because you no longer need it. You're now a Philippine citizen. So my advice to you, my advice is it's easier for you to acquire your Philippine citizenship where you are. If you're in Canada, do it there. If you're elsewhere, Europe, the US, it's easier for you to do it there. Don't do it here. It's really it really take a while. For my wife to do the to reacquire the her Philippine citizenship back, it took it took less than a month. I think 2 weeks. She got her citizenship back. Doing it in the Philippines, 6 months, maybe more. You see, 6 months is your max visa. Uh, so you have to factor that in. That if you haven't gotten your citizenship past 6 months, you now have to renew your visa. So that's the reason why do it where you are. It's a lot easier. It may be a month or less than a month that you become Philippine citizenship again. So if you do it in the Philippines and you are past the visa, then you gotta pay the renewal again and then wait. So yeah, good luck. Hopefully this advice do help you to plan and factor in your reacquiring of your Philippine citizenship.